Russian President Vladimir Putin used his Victory Day address on Red Square to denounce NATO as an aggressive force and declare Russia's war goals just. Speaking to a tightly secured crowd, Putin claimed his troops were confronting the entire Western bloc, yet insisted that victory remained certain. However, the usual display of military might was notably absent. In a ceremony that lasted just 45 minutes, less than half its usual duration, the parade featured no tanks or heavy missiles for the first time in decades. Authorities enforced strict security measures, including mobile internet blackouts across the capital, as the streets surrounding the Kremlin remained largely empty. The event took place under a fragile three-day ceasefire brokered by US President Donald Trump. President Zelensky confirmed that Ukraine would observe the truce to facilitate a major prisoner swap involving 1,000 detainees from each side. While the parade included North Korean troops for the first time, foreign attendance was thin, with most observers limited to Russia's closest allies. The Kremlin had warned of a massive strike on central Kiev if the celebrations were disrupted, but both sides reported a significant lull in overnight attacks. As the conflict enters its fifth year, this US-mediated pause marks a rare break in what has become the deadliest war in Europe since the very victory being commemorated today.
US President Donald Trump insists the fragile month-long ceasefire with Iran is continuing to hold, even amid recent exchanges of fire between both countries' navies. On Friday, the U.S. Central Command said it fired at 2 Iranian tankers attempting to breach their naval blockade of Iranian ports, disabling them. Earlier in the week, the U.S. military also fired at another oil tanker, bringing the total of ships it has redirected to and from Iranian ports to more than 50. Trump says the White House is still awaiting Iran's response to Washington's latest ceasefire proposal, but urged Tehran to accept the deal or face full-scale U.S. bombing once more. Multiple countries, including Russia, Egypt, Qatar, and Pakistan, have urged both sides to allow diplomacy to prevail and bring about a conclusive end to the hostilities. Iran has, however, reiterated that it will not be pressured into a deal under the threat of violence and expressed its readiness to resume the war as it questioned the sincerity of the U.S.'s diplomatic efforts.
The drought situation in Hungary is becoming increasingly severe. In some places, the soil is lacking 120 milliliters of moisture. The water shortage is most alarming in the Great Plain. To alleviate the situation and develop an immediate water management plan, Peter Magyar has asked Laszlo Gajdos, future Minister of Environment in the Tisza government, to take action. Due to the April drought, Gajdos has urged everyone who can to refrain from mowing their lawns, at least through May, explaining that frequent mowing requires much more water. The deputy spokesperson for the National Water Authority says that based on rainfall over the past 5 years, they are effectively missing a full year's worth of precipitation. According to Attila Szegi, to better distribute existing water resources, infrastructure must be made more flexible and public engagement is also crucial.
Éppen a tegnapi napon jártunk a sáréti vízőrzőkkel közösen egy területbejáráson a román határ mentén, a Kissáréten, ahol több mint 1 éve már a vízügy együtt dolgozik ezekkel a civilekkel, azon, hogy ott a térségben vizet tudjunk megtartani. Itt a Sebeskörös és a Berettyó vízkészletére alapozva állami művekkel juttatjuk ki a vizet, a civilek pedig jelentős segítséget nyújtanak például a csatornákon betétpallózásokban, vízkormányzásban, illetve nyilván kollégáinkkal egyeztetve, ahol lehet ki is vezetik a vizet a tájba.
The levels of Hungary's rivers, lakes and even groundwater are critically low. The mayor of a town on the shore of Lake Valence says water scarcity has long been a topic discussion among local leaders. If water is diverted from the Danube, it's only a temporary solution. In the long term, only a new pipeline system would resolve the lake situation.
Mivel hogy a város 50-60 éve turizmusra épül, szükség van a Velencei tóra és a Velencei tóban lévő vízre, amit most jól látható módon egyre kevesebb. Az idei évet, az idei szezont a legmagasabb, azt hiszem 81 cm-rel kezdtük, most pedig sajnálatos módon már csak 66 cm a Velencei tó vízállása. A legkisebb vízállás az 53 cm volt, ezt valószínűleg június végére el is fogjuk érni.
The current water level is about 60-70 centimeters lower than optimal.